So in this problem, we're dealing with a geometrical construction. Yeah, it's kind of interesting, called transversal, as you can see. In this situation where you have a couple of parallel lines, okay, and you have another line across it, yeah, which is called transversal. And you can see it makes different angles, and they've been numbered from 1 through 8. So there's some terminology that we should know before we get close really deep into transversal. First of all, there are the angles that are on the inside, yeah, which is 3, 4, 5, 6, and those are called the interior angles. And that would leave 1 to 7 and 8 on the outside, and those are called the exterior angle. Also, an angle can either be right next to each other, like 3 and 6 here, and those are called the consecutive angle, and or they cannot be right next to each other, which is like across or opposite to it, like 3 and 5. Those are alternate angles. So 3 and 6 are called consecutive interior angles. 3 and 5 are alternate interior angles, and 7 and 8 are consecutive exterior angles. So there's some more terminology to it that we should know. What a corresponding angle is. In this situation, as you can see, you've got this parallel line, and there's a line across it, right? Yeah, that's transversal. So when it crosses it makes a particular angle, like 1, 2, like that. Let's see at 2 here. That's the same angle is going to happen when it crosses to 6. So number 2, it's the same angle as number 6. In the same way as 1 and 5, 4 and 8, 3 and 7, that's the same, are corresponding angles. And one more thing that you should know, it's actually simpler than it looks. It's actually simpler than it looks, yeah. You have 2 places where a line just cross to each other in the shape of an X. You can see of an X, yeah. And you probably know already that it creates pairs of what we call a vertical angles. Like 2 and 4 are going to have the same measure. That's going to be the same measure like 6 and 8. Okay. 1 and 3 are going to have the same measure as 5 and 7. In addition to that, look at 1 and 2. They create a linear pair, which is add up to 180 degrees, as well as 3 and 4. It creates a linear pair. So once you know any of the angles on a setup like this, you can figure it out, the other ones. So right here, we're moving up to some examples right here. So it says identify the relationship between angle 3. Well, let me do on 2. Angle 3 and angle 6, right? Well, they are in the inside, so they are interior. Okay. So and then they are opposite. Yeah. So they are close right next. So they are consecutive interior angle. In addition, they are actually supplementary. Supplementary, and they add up to 180 degrees. How do I know that? Well, there's only two angles measured, right? In this whole thing, there's a smaller one right here and the bigger one right there, right? Yeah, so we already identified. So there's a consecutive interior angle and a supplementary. So on this second example right here, I'm just gonna read that. In the figure shown right here, shown that HC is parallel to GD, and angle ABC is equals to 95. So which of the following statement is false? So we're gonna find which statement are these false. Okay. Before that, I'm gonna put some numbers. We already know that angle ABC is 95, right? So we put 95 right there. We know that vertical line is going to be the same, so we put 95. Corresponding angle is 95 also. Corresponding angle is 95, so the same as that. Linear pair 95 as well. No, not linear pair, but vertical line, corresponding vertical line. Okay, it's going to be the same. Linear pair would be this is linear pair. It's going to add up to 180 degrees. So 180 degrees subtract by 95, it's 85. So that's 85. Same thing applied. The vertical angle is the same. Corresponding angle also the same. 85 and 85. Then let's talk about statement now. Let's see A. It says that angle ABH, and AEG are corresponding angle. Let's see. ABH, okay, are corresponding angle to AEG, and that's right. That's corresponding angle. Let's move to B. HBF. Angle HBF, where is it? HBF, and angle AED are alternate angles, and yeah, that's right. They are interior alternate angles. And let's talk about C. Measure GEF or GEF. Okay, measure GEF is equals to 85. Let's see here. No, it's not 85, it's 95 right there. I think we found the answer. We found the false statement, but just to double check it, we're gonna D now. We're gonna do D. Measure DEF. Let's see. DEF is equal to 85. That's right. So we're gonna cross the C. So yeah, that checks out, and so it is a short introduction to transversal. Thank you.